Do you remember promising yourself something? Whether it's going to the gym, starting a new business, or maybe creating something? For about 3 days to 2 weeks, you will feel like the man. You will feel fired up, ready to go, energized, and consistent. But all of a sudden, a crash will come. Why does this crash occur? Now, there are many reasons for this crash, but I don't want to call it a crash the whole video, so let's look at some words.
Choose your character.
Well, I guess we're using the word apathy. Is there anyone who objects to this wedding? The exact definition of apathy is a lack of interest, enthusiasm, or concern. I've struggled with this for many years, and I mean years. Oftentimes, I would be in my head way too much. I would think about everything and why nothing mattered. I mean, literally, right when I woke up, I wanted to go back to sleep because I felt like doing nothing was the best choice of life. In reality, that is not true at all. Now, here's the real and honest truth. You will not be able to do this overnight in any sense whatsoever. Disclaimer, this video is not going to help you overnight. You have to stay consistent and put the fucking work in. With the sole exception of Satoru Gojo, of course. People take information differently. If somebody completes this video and they use it and it works for them in a couple of days, then so be it. But for you, it may take a couple of weeks, and that's completely fine. That's how it's supposed to be. Many people are scared to fail at life. I mean, what reason do you have not to be afraid, except for the fact that it'll stop you from actually succeeding at life in the first place? But have you heard of anybody who's afraid of succeeding?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Well, let me dig into that. Some people are afraid if when they succeed, people may judge them, and that's completely normal. And if this is you, I might have some advice that you want to stick to. Success can feel scary because it brings change, expectation, and the pressure to keep going. But remember, succeeding does not turn you into somebody else. It reveals what you're really capable of. You don't need to have everything figured out before you move forward. Growth is a very messy thing, and confidence often comes after the action. Stop asking yourself, what if I cannot handle the success? You should really be telling yourself,
I think I can, I think I can.
This is because self-doubt is a very big reason many people quit. It even got me to quit when I was little. Now, many of you think video games are stupid, and I can kind of agree with that, but I also disagree. But my story comes from when I was a little boy. I saw so many YouTubers playing this game called Jailbreak, and I always wanted to be really good at that game, to the point where I had millions, but I didn't have any of the funds or properties to be able to do that. Every day that I got home from school, I would always think I was a failure. The more I doubted myself, the less I played Jailbreak. Here's the brutal truth. This doesn't go for just Jailbreak. This goes for every aspect of life. Another brutal truth is, you have to have a high ego in order to succeed at what you want to succeed at. Many people seem humble, but most of them are not humble at all deep down in their brain. This is not necessarily a bad thing. This is just naturally how us humans are, and if you do have an ego already, do not feel bad about it. This video does not give you an excuse to be a bully, an abuser, somebody who causes harm to others, or any of those things. You should take your ego and use it for good, like to succeed, for example. So the point of this video was to tell you how I overcame apathy and self-doubt. Well, here it is. First of all, you're going to have to think why you feel this way. What I mean by that is, why do you feel this apathy? Why do you feel this lack of care? Now, when I first thought of this, I didn't know why, right? This was extremely hard for me to overcome. When a human being smiles, automatically in their brain they feel good. You may be thinking, what the fuck are you talking about? Well, when I go to school and I see my friends in the morning, and I start smiling, My entire mood of the day changes. I feel immediately better, and I never get sad or angry no matter what happens that day. 4 chemicals that help you stabilize your happiness. Now you may be hearing the word chemicals and thinking it's bad, but that can't be the case when your body naturally produces them. Obviously, taking them medication-wise is only good when you're prescribed by a doctor. But if you're not prescribed by a doctor, you should be getting these naturally. Hanging out with family, hanging out with friends. Setting a goal for yourself and achieving that goal can make you feel euphoric. Your ego will go up, therefore your life will go up. And that is not a joke. If you want me to be honest with you, I used to watch videos like the one I'm creating all the time, looking for an answer. But in reality, these answers may not come from a video. You have to experience it yourself in order to understand what the video is actually teaching you. Now I want you to pause the video for a quick second and replay that, because you may not have understood what I just said. You need to experience it yourself before you understand what they're spouting to you. Once you hear this and you utilize that in your life, you will genuinely be more successful and happy than you've ever been or ever will be. You are apathetic and you're yearning for happiness, this will very likely be one of the only ways you can ever achieve true happiness. And that's the sad truth of it. I wish it was a different way. The moral of today's story is to set yourself at a high ego area, but don't use that ego for bad. The other part of that life lesson? Set a possible goal for yourself. A goal that you can achieve, but gives you a bit of struggle, so once you do achieve said goal, you feel a great dopamine spike. I hope you enjoyed today's video. It was more of a serious kind of video. I didn't want it to be, but I thought it would be a good vibe to see if you guys like that kind of stuff or not. But, doesn't really matter. Have a good one.